What happens when you take an early 2000s comedy film, Paul Rudd, and a strange yet relatable plot? Well, you get Tim Robinson's new film, Friendship, a film that I've been anticipating for a while ever since I've seen the trailer, which is something I typically like to avoid. I don't think any modern trailer doesn't have major spoilers for it, but I really enjoyed the vibe. I saw a glimpse of it, and I like how it's... Who knows what kind of movie is this going to be? Is it going to be funny?
There's a new Marvel out that's supposed to be nuts.
Is it going to be a horror film? Is it going to be some kind of thriller? Is someone going to get shot? Is someone going to die? You don't know. That is one of the things that really makes this film just feel so refreshing, is that it is just a comedy. It's not a rom-com. It's not an action comedy. It's not sci-fi. It's not fantasy. It's not an IP. It's not a franchise.
It ain't no sequel either.
It stands on its own as an adult comedy, which comes from the studio of A24. This studio always is putting out very unique and different films, and a lot of the films I've seen in the past few years are some of my favorite, are coming out of this studio. They're always doing weird and unique things and taking a chance on artists to do something a little bit out of the park, out of the regular things you usually see coming out of Hollywood. And even though not everything is, a home run, not everything is a slam dunk, it still is nice to know that there's someone out there trying new things. And even though this film, like I said, is very much like in the vein of those old 2000s films, those kind of films, with like Will Ferrell.
That escalated quickly.
Marky Mark.
No, I don't like you.
Even though it has that kind of vibe to it, it still sticks out by the polish that they give it with the cinematography, the editing, and even some of the effects like the lens flares. This has like an old family movie you would see in the early 90s, about like some kid that finds like a magical dog or something. And so while it has a call to the past, it has a little bit of nostalgia when it comes to how it's written. It brings something very new to the table. The editing here is very considered. Something I don't like about those older movies is the fact that they're shot very plainly. Everything is lit perfectly, soft lighting. The camera is not moving in any unique kind of way. It's made so that the actors can make their performances the most. It leaves the most for vocal comedy and not as much when it comes to the editing or the style of the film. This film has a little bit of that. There's great cuts, there's great movements of camera, there's great moments with the music. And while it does have that trope where everyone starts singing a really popular song,
I've got you on my mind.
It's not the same way because no one ever breaks out of character. They don't tell you what's the name of the song. And that's what really makes this movie stand out, is that everyone is committed to the bit. Everything's cooked in there. There's no one that's doing fourth wall breaks. Everything is in the story, except for maybe one bit when they go to Subway. There's a Subway stand here. That's probably the most egregious product placement in the world, but I don't care. I thought it was really funny. So beyond those things, I can explain the other things that I find funny, like the fact that the main characters, while they're grown men, they talk to each other like they're 12 years old. They're like one moment away from saying, "You can't go to my birthday party anymore."
We had a couple of really nice hangs, but I think it best that we go our separate ways.
Yet the wife of the main character, Tim Robinson's character, she's in a very different movie. She's acting in a completely different film. She's moody and suspenseful, and she's talking about her emotions and trauma. And the rest of the movie just does not care when it comes to its characters, nor with its vibe. And so the contrast between all of these things, I really enjoyed it. Of course, Hollywood doesn't make movies like this anymore because it doesn't have an existing audience. Maybe Tim Robinson does from Netflix. As far as I know, this story is 100% original, and it's something that we don't see as often nowadays, and it was very refreshing. That is the main word I would use. While this isn't like a 9 or a 10 out of movie for me, it was still a lot of fun. I would give this one an 8 out of 10, and I wouldn't be surprised if someone else found this a 9 or a 10. I saw it on a Friday evening, something I don't typically do. I don't like watching movies where it's a huge full crowd, but this is the one you would want to go and see with a lot of people. The room was loud, everyone was laughing, it was a really good time, and the one friend I went with, his reaction to it was a little bit different. He felt very awkward the whole time because he related to Tim Robinson a little bit too much, which I thought was fun. But I think if you enjoy his form of showmanship, his form of comedy, I think you'll very much like this. He's able to take the form of film and use it to its fullest when it comes to his style. This doesn't feel like an extended YouTube video or some kind of strange bit. It feels like its own thing. And since I haven't been really watching comedy movies, I've been watching comedy specials, a lot of comedy skits, this felt like a return to something that I had missed that I didn't even know I missed. An 8 out of 10. It might go up to a 9 for me. I don't know. If I rewatch it, maybe I'll enjoy it even more. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Comment a comedy film that you really enjoy, maybe one that other people don't enjoy as much. And if you really enjoy what I do here, you can always leave a like, subscribe, and support me down below. As always, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Godspeed.